Good morning, people. This is just a short call regarding Carnelian12. I'm going to just quickly go again through the strategy. We are going to go through the use of the file and then also just the basics of the website. So first thing we're going to do now is to share screen. We are going to the website first. Now, people, if you log in, there is a bit of a delay because there's some security checks. You'll just have to get used to that. There's no reason to rush. I'm just going to go through the basics here. The first thing you need to do when you're logged in is to go to your little message bell and then go read what's going on there. Now, my file I updated at one stage up to yesterday with all my affiliates below me's little bits of commission I'm getting, but it's getting too much now, so I'm not going to worry. The file is for planning. But what most people will do, if you've got a bit of intelligence, is to just go to account. You don't need a file for that. And you take that balance out. I'm at the point where I'm withdrawing twice a day. You take that balance out. And the next day when it's in your wallet, you reinvest. We'll get to the strategy just now. Now, what's very important is that you don't develop a fright for the two other currencies that's on here. I received commission on Bitcoin and I received a bit of Tron, and I had a bit of Tron TRX in my one wallet. So I actually took out a contract for $12 for TRX. And because of the price currently, you're supposed to get on $12, $1.44, but I've got 145 here because at that stage the price was higher. So this is your account page. There's a lot of things on here. I'm just going to go through. Here's all your outstanding contracts. It tells you how many days is left on this profile. And then you've got graphs here on the right-hand side, which gives you profit credited. That's your weekday profit. Revenue paid is your withdrawals, what you invested. There was a long time when I didn't put anything in because I sponsored other people. I'm now going to keep this week's money for myself, and then next week I'll sponsor more people in again. And then affiliates is the amount of money you receive from your downline. For the people that is going to reinvest the first time, you go to invest, you select your coin, whatever it may be. Let's say we're doing USDT, put in the amount, proceed to payment, get the new wallet address. Remember, every deposit or investment on Canadian got a new wallet address, and then do your transaction from your crypto platform. If you want to withdraw, you also need to select the coin, and then the amount, make sure your wallet address is right, and then the security pin. Let me go through a withdrawal quickly. How much can we withdraw in USDT today? 25, 26. TRC balance is 23.53, so I'm going to withdraw 21. Go to withdraw, change it to TRC, make it 21. There's the right wallet address. Type in the security code, confirm, and the countdown immediately starts on 24 hours. What I'm going to do then is I'll keep my file updated. So go to the file, and I find my page. We'll get back to the file shortly. It's Tuesday. I've put in 21. It's red because it's not gone through yet. Color it red. And paste it on this side as well. Yesterday's earnings must still be entered, so that's why we're sitting on a minus. I'll do that later on. Right, let's go back to the website. The statistics. There's a lot of stats. You've got withdrawals. There's all the withdrawals. I've got 3 going, one of 13 hours. I also started withdrawing Tron because some of the platforms you need a TRX balance in order to do the transaction on USDT. And there's the newest one. Revenue is all your contracts. A lot of pages there. And then your deposits. There's all the deposits. That one was $12, but because of the value of TRX now, it's $12.12. So there's the deposits. And then if you go to affiliates, and this is where you can make huge amounts of money, I already received $103. This is your level 1, on which you get 5%. Level 2 people is the ones that they invite. You get 2%. Level 1, you get 1%. There's some people still outstanding as they put their money in. That is the amount that they got on active investment, and that is your reward that you receive from them. Obviously, then as you go over to level 2, you only get 2% of that. Level 3. Now, very interesting thing, you need to have a downline deposit of $100,000 to go to representative level, where you get, instead of 5% on the people directly below you, 7. For one or other reason, they decided to make me a representative. I'm now getting 7% on the people directly below me. That's that area there. Now, very important to remember about building a network. I have now asked Martin Netling from Port Alfred for a link. He's on my level 3. Let me go show you there. DSI digits. He's on level 3. So if I put anything below Martin, I'm not getting anything on that person because that's 4 levels down. I am not getting anything on the person that is 4 levels below me. But Martin is getting 5%. Yuri, who is above Martin, gets 2%. Christina, who is above Yuri, gets 1%. All 3 of them is going to withdraw and reinvest, and that flows to me. You can build 10 levels down. It will filter through to you over time. If you look at the amount of people we've got on, I've got 56 already depositors. There's 25 in the process. I don't care about how many people gets loaded on level 3. I'm not interested in loading people below me. Currently, if new people that we speak on other platforms or Zoom calls is interested, they get referred to Bernice. Bernice is below me, so that she can load them under New Beginnings. She loaded New Beginnings under for Gift of Legacy. So New Beginnings will get in people. She will make a little bit. I make a little bit. The people under that, I am not making anything from, but it will filter up if they follow the strategy. Right, and then you got your settings page with the normal stuff there. Tech support is here in the middle. You go on Telegram and speak to the people. It takes time for them to answer a message, but when they respond, they resolve your issue within a few minutes. They are very good with that. Also on the screen here, you can see the days online and the amount deposited. That's 934,000. I don't know, is Lisa. Lisa, are you on here? When I joined, we were sitting just over or just under $600,000. So it's a very new website still, very new platform, but it seems that it's one of the ones that's actually going to last. Quickly, is there any questions on the website? Anything that you need me to explain more in detail? Now it's your chance to ask.
It is Sari here. Hello. Is it necessary to have 3 different crypto addresses, or is it possible to have only one?
You can use USDT if you so choose. The reason why I've also transferred TRX over is on Exodus. You need to your gas fee, the cost of the transaction, doesn't come from USDT. It comes from your TRX wallet, so you need money there. So that's why I've made that contract, to make sure there's always enough in there. Also on the other platforms like Binance and Trust Wallet, you need a TRX balance. So that's why I've made a contract. So, and I am going to do more of those. I will put another $12 in maybe today. Bitcoin, I'm also going to move some of my Bitcoin to here. I'll possibly, let's say $100 or whatever, just so that I can test everything. I can test that the Bitcoin is also working. So that daily returns, get back, put in the Bitcoin wallet, and the next day you reinvest it again. Normal cycle. So if you do $100 on Bitcoin, you can keep on keeping that balance on 100. So make a new contract every few days. You can make 8 contracts of $12 each. I'm going to do the same with TRX, but my main channel of transferring to Canadian currently is USDT. So if you choose to only use USDT, no issue with that. That can work for you. Okay, good. Right, now we're going to share screen again. I'm going to go to the file quickly. This is a test file. People, what we do, if you want access to the file for viewing rights, I'm going to give you viewing rights. Usually there will be zeros in the last day that we tested some things on the file. Once you can view the file, you go here between the A and the 1, and you click right, copy, go to file, make a new file, and go paste. And then you name that file whatever you want to. It's on your Google Drive then. If you want me to have a look at your file once a week, then you give me access, send me the link, and once a week you request that I check your file, and then I do that. Now the basics of the file is very easy. Let's say today we put in $50. You enter it in two places, in deposit and in contract. That's so that my formulas can work out properly. And then it immediately shows you in column L in cell number 144 that tomorrow morning you're going to receive $6 on that. So you go past the 15 mark on Friday, then you'll have $18 available, and you withdraw $18. It will be, and then it will be on your wallet on Monday, and you reinvest. But do remember now there's cost involved. So if you don't have any other funds in your wallet, you will only be able to reinvest $17. Doesn't matter, it adds up. But try to keep a bit of spare funds in. Now we look at the next day when we can withdraw. On the Wednesday, we're sitting with $22. So I like working in multiples of 3. Take $21 out and put it back on the Thursday. There's $20 on the Friday. Take out 18, goes back on the Monday. The Tuesday you take out 24, it goes back on the Wednesday. There you can take 30 out, goes back on the Friday. Monday you take 21, and that's how you can go on. Now at one point you're going to come to a situation where you've got my vision is that everybody got contract values of $100 times 16 days, which gives you $1,600. Then you can at a reasonable rate make some good money out of this. Now I've worked out for some people, somebody wanted to put in the question was if they want to reinvest $100 a day or more, but also want to keep $100 for themselves, what must the startup amount be? So we worked out that it's $1,667. So we rounded it off to 1,700, and then you start reinvesting. From next Monday, you take $100 out and you reinvest the rest. So you'll see that this $100 in column O stays the same all the way up to the top of the file. And then the reinvestment value each day goes up as you make more. If you look at column J, you can see that from the original 1,700, it starts working up. There we already over 3,000, 3,500. And there we go to 4,000 by the July, we're sitting on 5,000 somewhat, and they're still taking out $100 a day. So obviously, the bigger the amount is that you start with, the better it's going to grow. On my own file, okay, that's a test file. Let me just blank that again. So if you receive the test file, you're not going to be able to work on it. You will get viewing rights, you copy it and make your own file. Add me if you want me to check your file once in a while. That 18 can come out there, all too beautiful. So anybody that today copies will have an amount here. I'm just going to zero it so that they know that's where they start. You don't have to use a file. Like I said, you can go to your web page and just keep an eye on what comes in during the day. I did a withdrawal 2 o'clock this morning, and then up to now, it went up to that amount that I withdrew now, the 21, and whatever comes in during the day, the moment there's 18 or 21 or whatever dollars, then I'll withdraw and reinvest in a few days. Okay. So that is concerning the files. I'm just going to go to my own. Because of the downline income, it's very difficult to keep it on the right dates because you receive money on the weekends as well. So this was for my planning. So I'm going to just balance out on the downline income, on my affiliate income. I'm going to just use the shortfall to make that minus. If I enter yesterday's stuff, I'm going to just make sure that that is a positive number. What I also did on my own file, I made an extra page where I can put in whatever I received. So if you look at this, all you do there, you enter a few lines, you go back to the website, you go to stats, wait for it to kick over, go to my revenue. You want everything on the 20th, so you copy from there up to there, copy, go to the file, paste. I think that was too many. Let's check. Let's just put in a few extra lines so that we don't overwrite. Paste. There we go. That's all of them. Take out the extra lines that I entered now. I was actually exactly right there on the amount of lines. So you go to the 20th. There's a double there somewhere. Can you see that? 802. So it's only that amount there. So you do an auto sum. And select from. Where's all this money coming from? Let's just see. I can always change the. That gives me 39. I didn't receive $39, so I need to change the formula to only 14. Yeah, that's the right amount. 25.57. I go back to my page, enter for yesterday, 25.57. Good, now we've got a positive number. I'll do this slowly in a bit. So for now, I'm just going to take out the 20th quickly, so they can make sure where's all those doubles coming from. Right, that's concerning the file. Any questions on the file? No questions on the file? Wonderful. Then let's go to the base strategy. I'm going to go to the test file again. The base strategy is that every time you've got $15 that you withdraw and invest. So let's say somebody starts with $15. I'm going to put 15 in here. 15. How long is it going to take you to take $15 out? From today, there's 4 days up to Friday. The whole of next week, you receive $1.80 per day. And then on the Monday, you can take out $15, which you then reinvest on the Tuesday. Now, if you look at the expected earnings for 2 days, then because the first contract is still running, you will receive $3.60. So that is where the escalation in speed comes in. So the next Tuesday, you take out 15 again, reinvest. So there's a little few days, 4 days, that you receive 180 on your second contract, and then you start earning on your third contract as well for a few days. And before the 360 becomes 180 again, you're going to take out another 15 there and reinvest. Now you go up to 540 for 1 day. Then the second contract will finish. And now it's becoming closer and closer. There you take out 18. Now you're already up to 576. Here you do a 15 again. And then you go for 15 there. And you see the withdrawals are now getting closer and closer. Here you do another 15. There's another 15. In this week, you can withdraw 3 times. There you take out 21. And the amount is also going to get bigger. And that's how you operate your file. So it will, if there's an expected withdrawal, then it will allocate it as a reinvestment on the next day. Now, when this becomes 100 eventually, I'm not going to go all the way up. When you expected amount that you can withdraw reach $100, that's where you then for a while, for a week or two, only reinvest $100. And then the rest you keep in your wallet for yourself. And over time, if you keep on doing it for the 12 working days of every contract cycle, you work yourself up to a balance of $1,200 on your contract values. That means you can, in a normal week, withdraw, if you keep on doing that, $185 for yourself. Now, bear in mind, your affiliates below you will also add up, which will escalate things. What I did on my file at the top was to eventually go over from 100, there's my contract value 1,200, to 105. Keep it there for 2 weeks. There you can see the amount that I'm taking out is 180. Keep it there for another week there. There I take out 190. And then I move it up to 110. My target is to make this contract value $1,600. So if you go past this date, which is 9th of July, then I'll start going to 120 eventually, so that I can get over time this amount up to 1,600. Or I can choose not to keep anything back and put money more within 110 to get it up to 1,600 first. If you need advice on that, send me a message and we'll discuss your own personal strategy. So yeah, that's on 15. Now, obviously, the higher that amount is that you start with, the faster there's movement. I've got a family of 3. The first one I sponsored in with $15, the second one with 21, and the third one at that stage I had 18 available. So the first one sent invite links to the other 2. They are reinvesting before the first profile because they started with a high amount. They 1 day ahead. But eventually it all works out. Now on the reinvestment, that's where the first profile then again gets a bit of commission, and eventually we'll catch up with the other 2 profiles. So they're working together as a family. Right, that's all the interesting things I've got to say about Carnelian. A lot of people ask me about how much, when can they do their first withdrawals? It takes time, people. If you start with $15, after 8 or 9 days, you take your first money out, if I remember correctly. Obviously, if you start with $100, you get $12 a day. So on day 2, you can take out and reinvest, then it works faster. Whatever spare change you've got in a wallet, if I find any wallet with 12 or more dollars available, I immediately transfer to Carnelian. The website is very professional. The support is very professional. Payments goes through on time. Once in a while, I don't understand the delay. I did a withdrawal on Sunday, which paid out yesterday. I did a withdrawal on Friday night, which only paid out this morning. So I must still figure out the finer details of when is the best time of the day and the best day of the week to withdraw, and when is the best time to reinvest. The investment I did on Sunday night, I could receive my first earnings on Monday night already. It wasn't a full 24 hours. So those finer details we'll get to. Right. Any questions? Any questions? Right, then we finish for today. I will post a recording, YouTube channel, look at the playlist. Everything related to Carnelian will be in a separate playlist. If you're interested in other stuff, go look there. Motivational stuff, GL stuff is sorted according to lineages. I'm also doing a call on Berry with some issues that we've got there just to update my little group. It's not a Berry call. It is for the people that is in my downline. But anybody can join there. If you want to be in my Berry group, for the ones that's on Berry, feel free to join there. Like you all know by now, I've got a lot of different platforms that I work on, and it's now time that I introduce or make known to people what I'm doing so that we can make a little bit of extra income for each and everybody. Again, a thing like Gift of Legacy or any gifting platform is basically a long-term program. Things like Carnelian is a bit faster. Berry is like medium speed. Then you've got things like Stormgain. If you've got the time to go sit and trade 3-4 hours a day, where you can make some good money if you know what you're doing. There's a few other platforms I'm also testing. There's one of the FX platforms which I've been on for 4 years, which basically runs by itself. There's a lot of other things that we're doing. There's even other gifting communities that we join. There's no limit on the amount of gifting communities that you can join. We're testing them out, and some of them working and some not. If you need more information on what we do in the background, I'm not a financial advisor, but I spoke to somebody recently. I said, let's say on the one platform where I'm on for 4 years, he wants to join there. Let's say after 3 years, you do have, let's say, 7.5 million South African rands available, which is just over $1 million, or just under 1 million. Am I right? No, it's 500,000. Buy yourself 2.5 million townhouses, 2 of them or 3 of them, and get another stream of income from there. After your rates and taxes and all those things on a unit like that, you're going to make, there's no bond, you pay them cash, you're going to make at least 15,000 rands a month on those 3 units. Use that money again, put it in a platform, let it work for you, creating extra income. When you get another 2.5 million together, buy another unit. Property is always a good thing to do. Spread open your investments. Multiple streams of income is important. I've worked long and hard now for very many months, focusing a lot on Gift of Legacy. From there now, we're going to fund our profiles or our boards on Gift of Legacy with things like Carnelian, but also for your own well-being, for your money. Why must you go make another person rich by working from 8 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon? Sit in the evenings if you don't have other time. Work the platforms, work it up to a state where you know you've got enough surplus for at least 9 months. Then you can tell your boss, it was fun working for you. I am going away in love. And then start working for yourself. And then get involved in the other important things in life. I've got the Kana Foundation, Mercy Foundation, Sunflower, Lavender. We've got Auxilio, all non-profit organizations that I will be able to, in a few years, to spend a little bit more time just to make sure that all the personnel is right, and then let them go on with their work. Kana Foundation is already running on their own. It's a very old NPO. I just go check the financials once a month, and I do a presentation there every 3rd Saturday of the month. There is ways that you can get involved. Imagine that you've got a constant stream of income of $500 a day in South Africa. What are you going to do? You're going to sit in the morning, check through all the websites, and you're going to do it in the afternoon. Then you drive over to Kana Foundation and volunteer to work with animals, or go deliver food to people that is hungry, or whatever is needed at that stage. we can make a difference. Together, we can make a difference. Right. Unmute, shout bye. For the ones that are interested in the very call, that will be at 11 o'clock. If you're not in the group yet for the Zoom link, send me a message so I can add you in the group. No buys. Where's the unmute buttons?
Bye.
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 Everybody.
Bye, dankie.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye,
See you
Dankie.